tube shave fans, super curve honing fans, type 2 diabetes rescued by keto fans, and carnivore eating fans, the proper human diet. Bill here. Today is May the 3rd, Saturday. I'm going to do a shave and another one of my little talks. Today, I decided, after a couple things and the rounds with the pre-shaves and the rich man's pre-shave, the poor man's pre-shave, I like this stuff. You know, it's like $13. I might use a jar of this a year. Okay. It's probably what I'm going to be settled into. I keep going back to it. I've used a bunch of other things, but I had some other talks, and Matthew Lawrence offered another option that's available, which is one of the Noxzema creams. And my friend Mike Schultz, I don't know if this is the one that he mentioned, but Pond's Cold Cream. Okay, and my wife had this around, and I put this on. It is a moisturizer. It does have it has a more oily type feel, I think, than the Proresso. But I'm pretty sure that this works good. Mike also sent me another oil concoction that should be here sometime soon, that he has made up for an oil application ahead of the Pond's Cold Cream. These are all great options, great things. The point is, if you are kind of new to shaving, or if you're missing something, the point is that proper preparation of your face and your beard is important. And one thing I noticed, I put that on, and I did it earlier, and I kind of looked real close before I got in the shower, put some on, and I did notice it does cut the oil out of your skin. I looked under a mirror with magnification and that kind of stuff. So it has some soapy type things in there. It has a smell that I don't really like. It kind of reminds me, I think my mom used to wear this. She would put it on to moisturize her skin, and she would not wash it off, so she would smell like that, a lot, so she would clean up before she went to bed, and she would smell that. So, but for me, and I did the thing the last time where I lathered up and then I put a hot towel on, and that's probably, or making sure that you shave directly after you shower is a good pre-shave option. And I've just so come to love this towel thing. Okay, this is like, it's like, let's see, puff. I don't know if you can see the steam on there or not. Okay, but I just take this towel and kind of ball it up, roll it up, and put it inside this inexpensive insulated big giant cup, and it keeps hot for a while. There's other people, they take these towels of some sort, they put them in the microwave. All good things. What you want wet heat to get on there. And I think one time I read into some of the science, and I don't know, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a barber, I'm not but water being one of the key ingredients to ease of cutting hair. Mike's theory is that this helps clean away from the hair itself, oils and that kind of stuff, and exposes just the hair and opens that up so that moisture can get in, actually get into the hair better. Okay, and does moisture get into the hair? I'm not really sure. Okay, I seem to think it does, because I know if I think what I found out way too late, really, okay, that in the evening, if I would shave, okay, I would be far more likely to get a cut than I would if I'm shaving in the morning or after a shower. So I would do a little bit extra prep when I would do an evening shave. For me, this has become like the ultimate, the go-to. This is thank you, Gary, for that. Do check out Gary Shaves for his DE shaves, and I think it's Razor Ninja for his straight razor efforts. Okay, I usually quarter this towel to get more layers. I'm gonna put this put this up here, and I do have that Pond's cold cream on here. I did recently have it a shower. So I do believe my face should be adequately conditioned. Gary commented the other day, and I couldn't agree with him more. If you could sit down and you could take these hot towels and give yourself the barber treatment where you just lay there with the hot towel on there, it would just be another level up for your shave. The brush I'm using today is what has become known affectionately as the Leon brush, because you got all of us jealous to go out and buy these things. You'll probably see this at Sterling next year. He doesn't have any more of these. It's a Zenith brush made for Sterling in their signature color. And I have used my Steve Woodhead Pottery Scuttle to work up what I am now affectionately calling at what did I think I was going to call this? Very, very old Bond Street. Okay. Taylor of Old Bond Street. Because I bought a couple of these and I didn't use them. Okay. And I left them sit around, and I got to, because this doesn't have beef tallow oil unless the stearic acid is derived from animal fats. Okay. And it does, stearic acid can be vegetable fats, animal fats, whatever. Sometimes it comes from tallow, but you can see how empty that is. Okay, I've hardly used this, so most of the water is going out of here. So you have to scoop this out. This was ordinarily like a cream. I think they call this a cream. Okay, it has a really, really wonderful peppermint smell. If you're into peppermint, I do that. But these things, I found them expensive and a little underperforming. That was me. So I didn't use it, and then it's like all the water evaporated out of it. The good thing is you can put the water back. Unless you are of the mindset that soaps have a shelf life and at some point you'll have to throw them away. I don't know about that. I do see them change like that. I do see some of my telesoaps have kind of done what I call seeded out, where you get these like little lumpy things in there, hard lumps that were not really part of the original soap, where the original soap was like very much smoother. A heated scuttle, or if you use one of those electric things, electric coffee warmers or whatever, to get a hot lather, the heat will kind of break that down. But do understand that heating a lather, while it does break down the stuff that you want to break down, it also kind of can affect your lather. Now this is Tobbs is known for, if those of you, most everybody here has probably watched Geo Fat Boy at some point in time and seen the huge puffy lathers that he makes up. Okay, this is pretty hard to break down. This is a pretty voluminous lather. I don't know how well it's gonna do. We'll see. In the Scuttle. Okay, the razor for today is one of my Dovo. What's the number on these? I don't even think they have a number on this. It's the Runde Sache. Okay, I have 3 of these. I got one of each color. Okay, this is a unique blank that I like. 5/8. Okay, it does have a. You can kind of see the double hollowing, the belly hollow on it, that is done so very well by Dovo. Okay, it is a 5/8 shoulderless thing, and they do have this kind of cool looking laser engraving that actually kind of looks cool. It is considered, it has a plastic scale. If you ever get one of these, don't get alcohol on it. It'll just disintegrate it and make it fracture. Okay. This razor, contrary to popular belief, is one that came from the factory, and I didn't hone it. And it was maybe one of the best factory edges that I have gotten, maybe with one exception of a razor from Urtancier. Okay, so this was very good. It does show. My friend Matt Lukey, okay, Matt Lukey, or Straight Face with Lukey, 3262 Matt. I think I have him in my listing of people that I watch. I'm not sure. He hasn't been making too many videos. I sent him a bunch of curved hones and stuff to try, okay? And I sent him duplicates of stuff, a couple of unique things, one in particular unique thing, okay? And you know, you just don't loan stuff that you have to have back immediately. So it's been an extended time. And Matt was so generous, okay, that he sent me, I think he's Roman Catholic, so he felt like he had to do some penance or something like that. So if I was Roman Catholic, he sent me a Dodo Creek stone, a small 1x6, and he sent me a Tam O'Shanter, which is a Welsh slate of some sort, I think. Okay, they're around. I got to read up on them and decide what I'm going to do with them. But he sent me those as kind of a peace offering. So if I was Catholic, that got him out of purgatory. Just kidding, my Roman Catholic friends. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this was one razor. I got two other ones. Okay, this one has the factory edge on it. I did strop it on this most unique strop. I only made one of these. Okay, now I've done that one a couple of times, and I've done that one a couple of times. Now these are shaped on the Jared plate in the long dimension. So this is a 25-foot wheel, both of them 25-foot wheel this way, and going across is the 6.5-foot dimension. Now, this is kangaroo. I bought this kangaroo. I had a flat kangaroo I love so much. But this is, I think, is a differently tan or whatever. This would be like a kangaroo for making a clothing type thing or whatever. It's it's thin. This is a horsehide. I can't remember. I think this probably came from Tannery Row in Chicago. And the way I mount these, I didn't want to use glue because glue can, if you're not careful with how you apply glue, you can get kind of lumps in there. Okay, so I use this double stick adhesive that I get it's about 20 thousandths thick, and it does pretty good. It provides a little bit of a cushion that seems to work well for me. Now, this being the most unique is that it has two sides, and on this one I put 10th micron CBN. So I did hit this razor with that beforehand. The other shave I did, I hit it with flat, you know, because I wasn't thinking that Dovo does use a curved tone. So okay, so that I don't believe is quite as good as I get. Okay. And maybe I'll rehone this at some point in time, but that's pretty good. That is really pretty good. You can see I had a week's worth of shave. Gosh, guy with a shaving hobby doesn't shave but once a week. It's kind of pretty sad commentary. So I brought a backup razor. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to go ahead and finish the shave with this. Got so many razors. Actually, I'll probably pull that other one out and do a couple of swipes with it. It may not matter really because The first pass is probably the most important. But something I want to make some fun of. That point might have got me. Since I didn't hone this, I usually put when there's a square point, some people mute them, you can scrap them on a mirror or do whatever. When I hone them, I usually hone a little bit of a curve in there so that you, that one almost seems like I'm looking at it, it's almost straight and then tapers up. That's usually what I like to do. But if after it tapers up, it gets to the pointy part of it, and you don't work it a little bit more, you can have maybe you don't have a stabber anymore, but you can have a scraper, a scratcher. So, yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll use the other one because I did hone that one up too. That's a good, average good. The terribly old Bond soap is terribly old. That's what it was. TOBS, terribly old Bond Street soap, or terribly old Bond soap. Seems to be doing the job. This Leon brush does not hurt. You're looking for something to whip up a lather. I got a couple of nice Badger brushes. There's a lot of fans of all kind of boar brushes that consider boar to be the brushes that lather the best. I like them all. I like the variety. Okay, so this one right here, this is the same thing. Okay, red scales. Okay, and I was going to do some testing with stropping, finding different honings. Can I get to the same result? It was not going to work on this one, but I wanted to have equivalent razors honed by different people and then stropped in the same stropping progression that I use to try and confirm or prove or disprove my theory that my best edge comes from stropping, not necessarily honing. Anyhow, this one right here, this one is one of the special ones, okay? And you can kind of see the bend in that. This is the beauty of the Hugo Reckenrath Forge in Solingen, Germany. I believe that they are known for hiring sight impaired people, okay, to do the forging of their razors. And their quality control department, there's this guy, he's always wearing dark glasses, and you can see him walking down the street. He's got this white cane, and he goes along with his white cane, and when he's in quality control, he'll take the razor and, yeah, it looks good to me, and out the door it goes, and the poor damn razor maker Dovo gets to deal with it. I should have done half a shave of this one. This is like I consider this way better, smoother than that green one. So next time I have the hones out, I'm going to redo that green one. I'll do the other half of face since this is second pass for that. But anyhow, I've talked to a couple of people about this. My honing style is uniquely able to get a very good edge on here without removing a lot of steel. Okay, now you can look at this one right here, and you can see. Let's see if I can get a good angle. There's just not a lot of hone wear put on there, okay, which comes to a point on either side. Okay, there is, you get the glinting of it. So there's noticeable marking from the hone, which I think you should get, okay, but you don't have an excessive hone wear for something that has come in that has, let's see, where was I on that, where I showed you how you can kind of see how this just has a huge warp in it, you know, maybe gold dollar-esque warp in it. But with the curved hone, okay, you don't have to correct the geometry of the razor. You can change the geometry of the tool that you're abrading it with, and that's one of the advantages of using convex tones. So this is the second pass on this was, I wouldn't say the first pass was harsh or anything, but it's just a little bit below where I normally like it. I usually, when I get to that point, I usually go back to the stones. But on the second pass, this is just, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell between the two. I think, you know, I have these couple in this style in the Dovo. I've got 3 of these, and then I've got 2 of the, like the razor I used last week. I did get myself. Sloppy shaving. So I got the 2 of the Sunday shavers, which are a similar blank form to this, similar to the 5/8 Burger Charlot, which was preceded the current one. They still have them both, I think, they're both around. The difference in the blank being is the Burger Charlot is basically like this, except it has a scalloped edge in here, and then the Burger Charlot cut a Spanish point in there. But they shave the same. Actually, considering the other options, the Burger Charlot and like the Sunday Shaver or the Dovo 88, which is, I think, another special order. I think I think some of those things, you know, are going to be one day become collector's items. If there is anybody around in 50 years still straight razor shaving, which I think it's a niche thing. It's you want to do it. It's a man thing, you know. Is anybody ever going to convince a guy who takes his cartridge razor and gets in the shower and puts his body wash on his face, is anybody ever going to convince him to do this, what I do, and take this half hour and do all this stuff with his towels? I doubt it. I doubt it. So the question, the answer is yes. Even though it's a very good Dovo edge, I do like mine better. And when you learn to hone, that's what it should be. You should learn to learn to sharpen your stuff and maintain your stuff to your liking, and to your liking better than that of anyone else. Not that you know. And the saying comes in, your mileage may vary, yada yada yada. You know, it's like, wow, I just dug. You know, I thought I rounded this one off, and I just dug into that same hole. So 1, 2, 3 digs in there. If I'd used my regular, if I wanted to say, oh, it's the pre-shave, I would say that, well, that's what it's it. That's my pre-shave is better. No, that's sloppy technique. It is. Because the only one I didn't enter into the competition was the blue one, which was the first one of those that I got that I had honed out. That one had a little bit of bendiness. So I guess the blind guy over there at the Hugo Herkenrith Forge, he must have whack 3 rays. Yeah, that is good. Good. Yeah. Out the door. Okay. Where's my album clock? I should cut that out. I'm not gonna. I just go get it because it's right here. That's not the door on it. Little cable I have out there that I have stuff on. So this will seal up those little teeny tiny mistakes, hide the mistakes. very, very little bit of sting that I like. Not terribly aggressive, just kind of good the way I like. I've said this before. I'm probably gonna say it again today. I used to, as part of my post-shave routine, I used to put alum on, okay, and then I would put other stuff on if I was using aftershave or witch hazel or balm or whatever I was using. And I would leave the alum on my face. And what I had started to notice was it would seem like a couple of hours later, you know, at work or something like that, or hours later, I would have this irritation, not an irritation like you irritate yourself with an aggressive shave, but like a chemical irritation. And I noticed that there were a lot of guys that would always wash the alum off. So my preference is to wash the alum off. Okay, for the post shave, I'm going to use some new stuff. West Indies Lime, which is a new post shave balm. Made by Sterling. And it took me a long time to, I originally thought that I wanted to try and replace, I still use the Proraso aftershave balm in the same scent that the pre-shave is in, okay? Man, this is good. This smells, it has a good lime smell, and it almost smells, I thought that I caught a tinge of menthol, but there's no menthol in that. And then I have the matching aftershave splash. This is a good, I don't know if this was a short temporary offering from Sterling. But if you like lime, this is a good one. This is a good one. There's a couple that are better. Okay, this is pretty good. And I do know people who their spouses were intolerant, very allergic to any type of a perfumey type scents. And most of them, a couple of them that I know of, would tolerate lime. Okay, so you could put something on that didn't make your wife toss you out of the house. And then I'm going to use the powder cannon with, I have no idea which powder I put in there, okay? And so I can powder cannon onto a terry cloth that I reserve for that purpose. You could put it onto, use one of these things, get one of these. You can get these for, I don't know, 2 for $10 or something, like 2 for $10 or something on Amazon. Or you can find maybe a barber supply that has some of these. They will eventually wear out. Or if you really want a powder cannon, okay, you can powder cannon directly to your face and then kind of wipe it on, okay? And talc is another one of those things that I added in that I kind of like and I kind of use all the time because it provides like a slickness. Although I've watched my videos and I don't necessarily see it now, but it's like oh, like, I got ghost face. So 34 minutes in, a little longer, a little over. Thanks for tuning in. This is Bill wishing everybody a very great week. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bill out.